guys, welcome to the channel. Today we have the Amazon exclusive Marvel Legends Avenger Infinity Wars Children of Thanos action figure review. I actually took some still photos of the packaging. This package is huge, so I will show you the gallery of the photos I took, and then we will take these figures out and then we will review them individually. So we have the Children of Thanos out of the packaging. Right off the bat, guys, this is worth every dime. I am so blown away by these figures. Now, I didn't have the original release of any of these figures, so excuse me, I did do some research prior to making the video to see if there's any difference between the original releases, and it seems as though that, like, for Proxima Midnight, it turns out she has a whole new face sculpt, and everybody has new paint. Ebony Maw actually has hair on the back of his head. Cole Obsidian actually has his full armor instead of the Build-A-Figure being shirtless, and then I think Corvus, what is it? Corvus, I almost said Clovis. Corvus Glaive, he actually is just a new paint. So everything has gotten upgraded. So I guess it works out that I didn't pay insane prices for all these on like an eBay or a Mercari, because I was able to get it off of Amazon as an exclusive, and I'm so happy I waited. These figures are insanely awesome. So without further ado, let's take a look at Proxima first, and then we'll go down the line, and then we'll work our way up to the big man right here. So she comes with a staff, which is really cool. And again, I from what I remember from the videos I've seen, if this thing wants to focus, there you go. What I've seen in the videos of the original release, this staff is different. And I think it was different colors, so they upgraded everything, which is kind of cool. And then she has her sword. Really cool. It's a little bent, but it's all good. So let's look at Proxima. We'll take a look at the head sculpt. Yeah, that looks really awesome. She looks insane. Again, I don't have the first figure, but from what I saw from a couple other reviews I've watched, this figure is just superior from what they're saying. It doesn't look like there's any like paint smudges on her. They actually cut my finger on the box. So be careful, guys. That plastic is really sharp. Yeah, so not really any paint damage that I've seen. Everything looks really good. Yeah, she looks awesome. So let's go over articulation. So normally I have a little bit of a hard time getting her to stand, but normally when it comes to like a lot of the female characters, especially with like the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series designs, and I don't really have, like I said, my Marvel Legends, collection is very small, so this is actually the first female I have. But a lot of times they are hard to, their joints are really small and they're hard to stand, but she's pretty good. So let's go over her articulation. Her arm goes up, comes down. Oh, let me go to the head. So her head can turn side to side, but honestly it's hindered by her hair. She has a bicep swivel. She has double jointed elbows. Her wrist, some of these are a little tight because they're a little cold. You're supposed to heat them up. So they go down. She has a, you can turn her diaphragm. Her leg goes up. She has a thigh cut, double jointed knees. Okay. Let's get these out. Boom. So, her foot goes up that high, goes down. Actually, wow, goes down a lot. And she does have ankle pivot. So, all in all, this figure is really awesome. You know, I don't want to, because there's a lot of figures, I want to kind of get through these a little quick. But yeah, so far this figure is really amazing. Let's get Corvus out. I keep wanting to say Clovis. I am so sorry, guys. Corvus. So now that we've reviewed Proxima, we're going on to Corvus. He looks awesome. We'll check out his weapon first. He's got a really cool staff you see him use in the film where he uses it to stab the Vision. Let's take a close look at the figure. He just looks really cool. Look at that face. Oh man, he looks so sick, man. This figure is awesome. I really love the design of the Children of Thanos. All of them, they're all so unique. I like how he's real thin and lanky. He's really, really an interesting character look. Look at that. His feet look really cool turning around. Wow, he looks really, really awesome. So we'll go over his articulation real quick. So his head doesn't really move. It goes side to side. His arm goes up. That much. Sorry guys. He has single jointed. No, he is double jointed. It's just kind of wacky. So it is double jointed. But you have to kind of fight it. There it is. So he's got double jointed elbows. Kind of look funky. He has, an ab crunch. He turns. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees. Foot goes up. Goes back. And he has angle pivot. So, pretty awesome. Yeah, I don't know, man. These designs on the first two figures so far have been really, really amazing. I'm really impressed. I gotta say, man, I won't be surprised if these figures... And again, these are the first time I'm seeing them, so maybe other people are like, nah, man, calm down, man. I've seen them before. But I won't be surprised if these guys end up on my top list for, my top 10 action figures of 2020. So let me get Ebony Maw out. Ebony Maw. He's actually my favorite out of the Children of Thanos. He's my favorite design, believe it or not. I think he's really cool. I like his powers. I like that he's kind of like the evil Doctor Strange, He does a lot of magic, and he's just really cool. He's the right-hand man to Thanos, and just all in all, I think he's a really, really cool character. So when we go up close, from what I saw from previous videos, come on, I don't know why this is taking so long. There we go. So what I've seen from previous videos, this is new, the hair. Apparently he didn't have the hair. Well, he did, but it was really tiny. So, and then this is all repainted, his chest. I just think he's so cool looking. And again, this is the first time I'm seeing these guys in hand. I didn't have the first release of these guys. So, to me, these are all new and these are all amazing. So we'll go over articulation. His head can go down. Can't really go up. Does go 360. Oh, he's really stiff. So my figure only goes up that high. I don't want to fight it too much because I don't want to break them. This does go all the way around. Bicep. He's got double jointed elbows. He can wave. Hello. Wave back. 360. He's got an ab crunch. Go back. He's got pretty good articulation actually. He's got his leg can go up this high. Thigh cut, double jointed, boop, kind of. Yeah, he's got double jointed, but my figure's kind of stiff. I didn't really work him too much. His foot can go down. Sorry, down, up, and he has ankle pivot. So this guy is pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. So far, I love them all, but I think because he's my favorite out of the character so far, that from the film, I think he's probably my favorite figure so far. But now let's get to the man himself, Thanos. So here he is, one of the greatest villains ever, in my opinion. It goes Vader, Thanos, and the Joker. Probably, if you want to go with fantasy, sci-fi, comic book, these are the guys. These are the top three guys. So we'll look at Thanos up close. We're gonna do the face. I'm gonna do his face swap and his arm swap after we go through everything, just so everybody can take a look. And I gotta be honest, none of these figures have much defects at all, which is really cool. Especially you pay $120 for these things, so you might as well have it, good. So what's kind of cool is if you can see it, he's got the snap. Now I don't know if the original figure had the snap. You'd have to tell me. Oh, Ebony's falling. We'll keep him down. Relax, Ebony. So I think this is new. I don't remember seeing photos of the last figure of him snapping, But before we go over the articulation, let's do the head swaps, and then we'll go over the articulation. I'm sure the articulation is the same on both. So here is Thanos after he has already gotten all the affinity stones. He made the snap, and now this is the outcome. So let's take a closer look at his face. He's got some nice battle damage. His arm. Look at that. Look at the detail in the friggin' glove, man. And these are 2 pieces. So if I took this hand off, this would come off, and the paint continues on. Look at that. Is that not impressive or what? I mean, these figures, maybe I'm just like weird, but these figures are really, really incredible. I could not be happier. So let's go over Thanos' articulation. So, Thanos, his head goes up. His head actually goes the furthest out of all these guys. Head goes down. All right. His arm goes up. And by the way, the head and the arm swap really easy. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got single jointed elbow. And he's got hinges in his fist. But they want to come out because they're kind of stiff. So he has an ab crunch. He can go back pretty far. Wow, Thanos actually has pretty good articulation. Maybe because there's a Build-A-Figure. He has a thigh cut. He is double jointed knees. Okay. It's kind of hard. It's kind of going both ways. All right, Mr. Thanos, he's very stiff. Boom, okay. So his foot goes up, back, and he's got an ankle pivot. So all in all, I think this, out of all the figures, I mean, he's pretty well articulated. You know, he's not, for a big figure, he's not as stiff as you would think. Like I said, he doesn't have, you know, the double jointed elbows, which is okay. Like I said, it's not a make it or break it for me, especially when it's sculpted this nice. And I gotta be honest, I might keep him displayed with the damage. I think he looks really cool, and I wasn't sure. I thought I'd probably go with the original, but so far I really, really like this look a lot. So let's get to Cole Obsidian. All right, here is the big man himself. Before we get to the figure, let's look at his claw. And from what I understand, the original figure came with like almost like a hammer, and obviously this is more, you know, accurate to the film as the hook. It throws in, there's like a chain to it. So he's got his hook. Oh man, look at this big dude. Let's bring him up close. Mr. Obsidian needs to focus. Eventually, come on. There he is. Look at this guy. And again, no real paint damage on any of these figures. Really, really impressive. Here's his new armor. Inside his arm. Really awesome. This is a thick figure, guys. Real thick figure. Holy crap. Really, really impressed with Cole Obsidian. He looks awesome. Let's go over his articulation, and then we'll put them all together and see how they all scale in with one another. Wow, okay, so he's got some pretty good articulation on his head. His head goes up, goes down, sucks in that double chin. Oh, okay, so his arm's kind of hindered. All right, so his arm really doesn't go up, that I can see, right? Yeah, so his arm, this is basically what his arm's gonna be, but he has a small bicep cut. We gotta remember, it's a pretty bulky figure. Then he's got a single jointed elbow. And as far as articulation goes, he's got a little bit of hand articulation, nothing too spectacular. All right, let's see, does he have any ab crunch? Yeah, he's got an ab crunch. He goes back, thigh cut. Let's see what he's got. He's got, it looks like double jointed knees, but you gotta get it. There we go. Double jointed knees. Woo! This is a bulky figure. Alright, gotta get him back together. There he is. Woo! So his foot goes up, goes back, ankle pivot. Alright. So all in all, these figures have good articulation for the most part, especially considering some of the sizes of them, and the detail is exceptional. I am super impressed with all these figures. I can't even lie. Let's put them all together. We'll check how they all scale in with one another, and then we'll put a wrap to this video. I hope you guys really like it, man. I really appreciate it. All the love and support. So let's get these guys together. Here is the Black Order together, the children of Thanos with their leader. And all in all, I think they scale in perfect. I gotta be honest. I wasn't sure how the height would be between Cole Obsidian and Thanos, but it's pretty accurate for me. And maybe Cole's could be a little bit bigger, but as far as I'm concerned, this looks incredible. Proxima looks great. Corvus looks great. Thanos looks great. Ebony Maw looks great. Cole Obsidian looks great. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. If you guys can get this figure pack, get it. Don't waste time. Don't let it sell out. Don't pay aftermarket prices if you don't have to. If you guys can, please like this video, subscribe, and share it if you'd like, whatever. But for the most part, if you guys subscribe and leave a comment down below, really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Bye.